Okay, let's react. How Duolingo rakes in 500 million yearly when 80% of its user base doesn't pay. Wall Street Journal, the economics of. I wonder if the 500 million is profit or revenue, because that's a huge difference, right? Revenue means that it just is the money that you get without subtracting the expenses. Anyways, let's watch.
This is Duolingo. Around 34 million people use the language learning app every single day, some for well over a decade, making the company around $500 million annually and making it one of the top education apps in Apple's App Store for the past decade. And yet,
most people who use Duolingo do not pay.
I mean, Duolingo was popping off recently quite a bit. Like, I think they had like new marketing, like with threatening you to learn or something. The owl was threatening you and shit. I think they are pretty smart with what they do. I'm really curious about how they run it.
all of its lessons are completely free to access. Only around 9% of its users pay, and less than 8% of its revenue comes from advertising. So how does a free educational app manage to also have a valuation of $7.7 billion?
Whoa.
And is the company's strategy sustainable? The answer lies in AI, A/B testing, and this little green owl. This is the economics of Duolingo. If you've ever used Duolingo,
That's
you'll have
crazy.
noticed
That's crazy valuation for an app like that.
it's less like a traditional language lesson and a lot more like a game. Users have lives. Get 5 answers wrong in a day and you'll run out of lives for that day. Lessons have progress bars and are laid out in a journey. Players gain experience points, and streaks encourage users to play every day. The company says that's part of what helped attract some 3 million users within the first few years.
When we launched, we had a thing that was mobile, free, and fun.
Wait.
Users within the
Oh, 2013. Okay.
first few years.
When we launched, we had a thing that was mobile, free, and fun. And because of that, very quickly, it overtook all methods to learn languages.
But before long, Duolingo ran into an issue with its mission to try and deliver free language lessons.
One of our board members who had just invested in Duolingo, she said, look, you can't continue doing this. You gotta make revenue.
We had not given ourselves permission to make any money from our app. It's hard to build up new capabilities in an organization.
We were in a bit of a pickle because we wanted Duolingo to be a free way to learn languages.
So in 2017, the company introduced advertising, which now accounts for under 8% of its revenue. It also launched a subscription tier where users could pay $10 a month to remove ads and get unlimited live.
Seems fair.
The company went public in the summer of 2021 and saw a boom during the pandemic as users practiced languages while travel was limited. Today, analysts say Duolingo is around 12 times bigger than its main rival Babbel by download.
Oh, it's huge. It's by far the biggest. I live in Slovakia, right? Which is this small European country. And so if you want to make a lot of money, or decent amount of money at least, you have to learn a lot of languages, right? This is usually for people from smaller, not as developed countries. We know a lot of languages because, well, if you want opportunity, you have to just learn the language. And so you can just hear like the Duolingo sound effects popping off on streets sometimes. It's crazy popular these days. Really, really crazy.
It's with some 8 million users who are now paying for the app. And while that's only a small fraction of its overall user base,
The majority of the money is made from this.
Oh, you can even see on the map like how many people use a day. So a lot of people in California, some people, like a lot of people in New York. Hey, rest of America. I mean, you're good with English, guys. Like you don't need to learn languages really. But in Europe, man, we we know our languages, do we? Yeah. I mean, this is exactly because what I was talking about. Like, you have to be you have to know foreign languages if you want to go abroad or like go on a vacation. Like, because imagine when you are in America and let's say you live like here or something, like all of this space speaks the same fucking language. But if you're like here where I am in Slovakia, like you go one inch on the map and it's like 5 different languages on that 1 inch. It's just like Poland is a different language, Germany has a different language, Sweden has a different language, and everyone has a different language and culture, and so I think that's partly why it's so popular. What I'm a little bit surprised about is that rich countries also learn a lot of languages, not just poor ones. So that's interesting to me.
While that's only a small fraction of its overall user base,
The majority of the money is made from this, under 10% of the active users. They give us about 80% of our revenue.
but while Duolingo's growth through gamification and subscriptions may seem pretty simple, there's a lot more going on behind the curtain. Every move the company makes is meticulously crafted down to the pixel, tested on unknowing users, and refined using AI, rigorous A/B testing, and constant tweaks to its app.
Interesting.
Whenever people are using the app, we measure how long they use it for, do they come back the next day, etc. And we try a lot of things. We try when do we send you a notification, what we say in the notification, do we make...
I mean, to be fair, this is pretty common among tech companies. It's not like A/B testing is this crazy advanced technology. Like, if you work in marketing, like, everyone does A/B testing these days. If you have enough customers that you can afford to do A/B testing, rather. Sorry, I have a stroke or something.
Make the lessons a little harder, to make them a little easier, a little longer, a little shorter.
Take Duolingo's push notifications. If you forget to do your lessons and risk ending your streak, you'll get a little notification from Duo, the company's mascot, reminding you to return to the app. The messages on the push notifications started out simple enough, but quickly evolved to become the stuff of memes, including one particularly effective guilt trip.
We decided that the last notification we would send you was telling you, hey, these notifications don't seem to be working, we're gonna stop sending them for now. Sending that got people to come back a lot because they felt guilty.
That's crazy.
Like your
That's crazy. That's some real fucked up shit,
mother
man.
telling you like, okay, well, I'll stop, like guilt tripping you.
Duolingo says that this led to a 3% rise in retention. But crucially, the messages that you receive aren't the same as everybody else's.
AI is used to start figuring out basically like which ones of these are more effective for particular users or at particular times of day or whatever, and letting the more effective ones rise to the top and then get sent to more people.
To figure out which messages work best, Duolingo built something called a bandit algorithm, named after a reference to a one-armed bandit, a term for a
Okay,
slot machine in a
let's just
casino.
move on.
Say there are, several different slot machines. In this case, think of them as several different notifications we might send people, and we've tried each one some number of times and seen what it paid out each time.
XQC would love this, man. It's like you can make anything out of... You can make gambling into anything, man, these days. It's crazy. Is this in the app? Is there like gambling in the app?
So we have limited information about all these different options, and so the algorithm has to figure out, do I just go back to the one that has so far given me the most money and just go back to that one every time? Or
like are they just explaining the algorithm? I think like the slot machine graphic is kind of a little odd with regards to that.
how do I balance that with exploring different options to see maybe they're actually better, but I just got a little unlucky earlier. And each time we send a notification, we track, did it work, basically? Did they come back to Duolingo, do their daily practice?
For example, the algorithm found out that the notification time for the language you're learning worked better on Chinese learners than English learners.
It's mostly chosen by AI. We must have about 100 different things that we can send you. They're written by people who are pretty funny, and some of them are also written by AI.
And that could be part of the secret to Duolingo's success. The company gets so much data back from those attempting its free lessons that it has a huge database of information that it can feed to its AI algorithms.
They do something like 13
That's
billion
crazy.
exercises every week. We are throwing all that data to AI and using that to personalize the learning experience for everyone to make sure people are learning effectively and staying engaged.
At any given moment, the company is running hundreds of A/B tests like these, where one user is given a different experience to another to see which one wins out. Some of the tests are AI powered, others aren't. And for most tests, around 5% of its user base act as unknowing guinea pigs.
I don't know how many A/B tests we run at this point. It's probably more than 10,000. We've A/B tested our way into getting more people to pay us, into getting more people to use Duolingo, more people to recommend it to their friends, etc. So without having run those, we would not be a successful company. I'm certain of that.
So if Duolingo's algorithms and A/B testing mean that the company knows exactly what makes its users tick, why are subscriptions only at 8%? And could they be higher? After all, while the company may have 12 times more downloads than Babbel, analysts...
Well, you cannot have everyone, right, if you get something for free and suddenly you have to pay for it, most people just don't want to pay. I mean, there's not some crazy mystery over here or something. It's not really some fucking Sherlock Holmes shit.
say its revenue is only 2 to 3 times that of its rival.
We could tomorrow massively increase the fraction of subscribers by doing certain things. For example, right now you get 1 ad at the end of a lesson. We could play you 5 ads at the end of a lesson. That would get a lot more people to subscribe. We could
A lot more people would also leave.
maybe even force people to subscribe. And it is true, we would have an amazing next quarter. However, that would also stifle our growth.
But analysts say that while Duolingo's leading market position may have been achieved by giving away much of its lessons for free, that growth strategy may start to slow, especially as some users leave the app after mastering a language or giving up on it. And that may lead to Duolingo trying to increase the number of paying customers. So,
I mean, to be fair, their market share is already huge. It's enormous. Like, if I hear random people having these, these sound effects of Duolingo, like cha-ching, cha-ching, like I hear it every time I'm on the streets. I hear it almost every day. And it's like, well, of course, when you're that popular, it doesn't make sense to keep growing. Like, how many more people want to learn languages? Not everyone is interested in learning a language. You see, or not everyone needs it. You see what I'm saying?
So the company is exploring some new ways to get users to part with their cash. Its new AI-powered Duolingo Max tier costs around $30 a month and allows players to roleplay with AI-powered bots, something the company had previously tried to offer to
What?
humans.
We would say, okay, so you're telling me that if you could undo
Man, what? This crazy feature. That's crazy.
Duolingo, press a button and you can tell
That's actually
another
insane.
human on the other side be able to practice, you would use it. And I say, sure, I would use it. We even asked, would you pay for it? Like, oh, sure, I would pay for it. And then came the very revealing question. We'd say, okay, do you want to do it right now? 100% of people would say, no, not right now. What I love about AI is that people don't feel like the AI is judging them, even though it actually is judging them, but who cares, right? It's an AI, it's not another human.
But
It's not
for now
conscious.
at least, Duolingo says it will continue giving away most of its product for free.
This was amazing video. This was really good video. Like, actually
One
amazing.
particularly
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You see, with this marketing, like Wise Green Owl once said, Spanish or vanish. Like, I think once they added in this fun marketing, it really popped off. It really went insane. Like before the crazy marketing, like everyone kinda knew that there are these language apps and shit, But after COVID, when they started with this marketing, they popped off huge time, big time. Like crazy. I didn't get this part with the slot machines. Like that's really odd way to visualize an algorithm, right? Anyways, this was a really nice video. Really nice video. Okay. Did I want to say something? Probably not. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.